Can you believe that nonsense? Last night I had to post that video. Federal Reserve's license has been revoked. Listen to me. Donald Trump, I've already said this, is going to use the Federal Reserve. He's got all his guys that he's picking to go in there. He's going to use this system that the club created to do what he needs to do before it goes in the dumps. The Federal Reserve's license is not being revoked. Like garbage on the internet. What just took over? How are we paying our bills? How are we going to print the bonds? How are we going to do it? Oh my God. How stupid. This reminds me of Jim Willie. I was talking to my buddy Bill. This reminds me of Jim Willie, Golden Jackass. You know, because he said something too. He said, he goes, you know, William Mount says 3 to 7th October, 3rd to 7th of October, problems with Citibank, debit card and credit cards. His info is from Jim Willie, the Golden Jackass. Listen. Do you guys remember Jim Willie? I had to wrote that joker off as soon as he came out with that crap about an aircraft carrier or giant naval vessel that had to, parked off of Asia somewhere to get refueled. And they demanded silver. That's how we want to get paid. Are you effing kidding me? I wrote that joker off so fast. I don't know what the hell's gotten into that guy. But I mean, after some crap like that, I couldn't follow him anymore, and I've never heard another thing he said since then. I got to be honest with you. But hey, listen. If October 3rd to the 7th comes around, and let me get that quote right. In Citibank, some problems with Citibank and debit and credit cards, which sounds to me like debit cards, credit cards are going to have some problems with Citibank specifically. Then I'm going to have to come back out here. And don't let me forget, send me a reminder, Jason, man, he got it. And then I'll make it right. But I don't have my magic 8-ball next to me, but I'm pretty sure if I shook it, it's not going to happen. Not like that, nope. Anyways, on to the article here. I'm still a little aggravated because what you don't know is, even though you're watching this hours and hours later than my last video, this is only a few moments after I've uploaded my video. I'm just setting this one to go live tomorrow morning. That's all. So I'm hearing this nonsense. All these people smoking hopium in the comments. Oh, I hope so. Let's hope so. This is our central bank of our country. It's licensed. What license? There's no license to get revoked. There's no license. This was an act of Congress, for God's sakes. It was a law. Yeah, there was a charter, whatever. It's just... Let me just read the damn article because it's so stupid. Anyways, Trump, zero hedge. Trump slams more tariffs. $200 billion worth on China imports. We'll add another $267 billion if China thinks it's going to retaliate. We're going to win so much. We're going to win so much. You're going to get tired of us winning. We are going to build the wall. I should get that toy up here. Hold on. Stand by.
We are going to drain the swamp in Washington, D.C. They say, is Donald Trump an intellectual? Trust me, I'm like a smart person. For every one new regulation, 2 old regulations must be eliminated. I have a running war with the media. They are among the most dishonest human beings on earth. I don't frankly have time for total political correctness, and this country doesn't have time either.
Thank you. Trump? Oh, did you catch the thumbs up? My kids love to just press that button all the time. Winning. Like he said, these other countries can't even come to the table and try to negotiate with us. There's no negotiation. Our country, as he said, has been used for all these other countries to have their nice sweetheart deals, while our politicians, like the likes of Hillary in the club, filling their own pockets, don't give a crap about America, don't give a crap about its citizens. She called people, literally half the country, deplorables. They don't care about you. So Donald Trump says, well, I've got all the cards in my favor. I've got the whole deck over here. What are you guys possibly going to offer us? You guys are putting tariffs on us. We're putting either no tariffs on you or a tiny percentage compared to what you're doing to us. How are you possibly going to come here and tell me, like, make me a deal? I'm going to tell you the deal. And by the way, I'm not going to take advantage of you guys. We're just going to level the playing field. You want to charge us 25%? We charge you 25%. 10%? We'll do 10%. Or no percent? We do no percent. It's your call. That's how it goes. So he can easily hit China with tariffs, no problem. China wants to hit back? Oh, we'll hit you with more. Because the ball is in our court and has been now that he's in charge. With traders waiting with bated breath for hours, moments ago, the White House announced that it has imposed tariffs on approximately $200 billion worth of imports from China, effective September 24th. The tariffs will start at 10% until the end of the year, but in an unexpected twist, are set to rise to 25% on January 1st, 2019, in what is worst-case scenario than what the market had been pricing in, namely a 10% rate indefinitely. Trump also warns that if China takes any retaliatory action against U.S. farmers or other industries, the U.S. will immediately pursue what he calls Phase 3. Phase number 1, raise interest rates 10... Phase number 1, raise the tariffs 10%. Phase number 2, raise them 25%. Now, before we get started, what about phase number 3? So you don't know phase number 3. oh. Bill loves it when I do that. I know he does. My wife was even giggling over here next to me. Giggling. Why were you giggling, Evelyn?
Because you're such an idiot.
Because I'm such an idiot? Idiots don't make people giggle like that, man. You were loving it. Phase number 1.
It's so stupid.
Here, she can't stop. Don't stop giggling. Phase 3, and impose an additional $267 billion in tariffs on Chinese imports. The statement notes that while the U.S. has given China every opportunity to treat us more fairly, so far China has been unwilling to change its practices. Trump concludes by saying that it is in his duty to protect the interests of working men and women, farmers, ranchers, businesses, and our country itself. My administration will not remain idle when those interests are under attack. China has had many opportunities to fully address our concerns. Once again, I urge China's leaders to take swift action to end their country's unfair trade practices. Separately, the U.S. Treasury announced that it has removed about 300 product categories. Well, it says USTR. Is that U.S. Treasury? What is it? 300 product categories from the tariff list and has cut some subsets of products, but the total value remains approximately $200 billion. And as we showed earlier, a substantial portion of the imports targeted this time are consumer goods, which means that the pain to the U.S. household bottom line is about to get real. I am for real. Meanwhile, well, I'm not really going to show it, but it says these states are ones that will be most impacted by the new tariffs via charting. Let's see if we can make that a little bit bigger. Share with my friends. Total trade. So anything that's closer to a blue color or dark blue, very little impacted. Any state that is red or kind of that dark maroon or whatever is affected the most. So it looks like South Carolina is going to be affected. Georgia will be second affected, the worst. South Carolina the most, Tennessee the most, Kentucky, Washington State, and California, city of Compton. Back to where we were. The text today, following 7 weeks of public notice, hearings, and extensive opportunities for comment, I directed the United States, not Treasury, Trade Representative, USTR. I directed the United States Trade Representative to proceed with placing additional tariffs on roughly $200 billion of imports from China. The tariffs will take effect on September 24th and will be set at a level of 10% until the end of the year. On January 1st, these tariffs will rise to 25%. Further, if China takes retaliatory action against our farmers or other industries, we will immediately pursue phase 3, phase number 3, which is tariffs on approximately 267 billion of additional imports. Kind of repeats what I've already told you. Chinese yuan took a dump on that news. In response to the news, U.S. equity futures also dropped. And now we wait China's response, which may well be greater than the $60 billion in tariffs on U.S. goods that it warned previously it would retaliate automatically. So, remains to be seen what happens here, folks. But like Donald Trump said, we've had the most unfair deal out of the whole world. We've been taken advantage of too long, and it's going to stop. He's not saying we're going to reverse it on you guys and see how you like it. Just give us a few years of that, see how well we do while you struggle. You know, he's not even saying that. Let's just balance the trade deals. Let's keep it equal. 20% over there, then 20% back. Leave it the same. Nope, it's massively weighted so that we have to pay more and the other countries don't. So, things fixing to get interesting. Okay? Take care.